2. Welcome back. WNST, Towson, Baltimore, and WNST.net. All of our ongoing Miami Beach coverage brought to you by our friends at Sporticulture. I got some autographed helmets here for Cord as well. I'm wearing the hat today, too. And major love to our friends at Liberty Pure. I've been drinking the water here. You can find them at acleanwater.com, and it's great that I've had clean water down here. This man is from the land of fresh water, Pennsylvania, State College, all that good stuff. And my favorite, as it says right here, a Baltimore Raven. We welcome Trace McSorley onto the program. Dude, I haven't done any radio with you, man. And the Penn State kids have been rocking it here at table number 2 all week.
Yeah.
And I've been hanging out with do you feel like you're far out of State College at this point? I mean, you've been at this a little while, right?
Yeah, I've been at it. Feel like as far as weather goes, definitely way away from State College being down here in Miami, no doubt about it. But, I had great times up there, and I really enjoyed it.
Nah, dude, we're here for the wrong reasons, right? I mean, I landed, and I saw all the Chiefs fans out, and I was like this. I put that over there. Chiefs fans are gathered everywhere, and I'm like, they're drinking our beer. They're in our hotel rooms. They're buying our tickets, They're having our fun. How you doing? I mean, in the aftermath, the first thing I say to any of the players, hasn't worn off me yet. I can't imagine it's worn off you guys, right?
Yeah, no, especially being down here this week, there's definitely some of that feeling where, definitely feel like it should have been us. That's that feeling we got, but that's how it goes, man. That's the NFL. You win or lose, there's a reason it's called any given Sunday. So that's just kind of how it goes. But, obviously I think it does kind of light a fire for a lot of guys to – when we come back, get into the off season and start working out again, just kind of start improving and getting better to, make that push then next year.
Just your first Super Bowl, coming down, hanging out, running around?
Yeah, it is.
Wow. Had you ever – you're a younger guy. I got more tread on my tires to think about it. But had you ever considered it, thought about it, anything like that?
No, I really had
Who was your team growing up?
So I grew up in Ashburn, Virginia. So being in there, Redskins were the kind of team of the area. But
I don't ever take that for granted that that's the way it is. You know?
Yeah.
But in your time, they haven't won a whole. You haven't had RG3 was your magic carpet ride, right?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I remember being in high school.
Do you nerd out with him a little bit?
No, not really.
No, really? Okay.
We've talked a little bit.
No, but if you were a fan, that's a formative state for a young man to want to be a National Football League quarterback.
Actually, when I got drafted, we knew that RG3 was on the roster, and I got a picture from when I was a sophomore or freshman in high school of me and RG3 and all that stuff.
Did that circulate?
No, it never circulated. No.
No, Emily's waiting. I think that's a wonderful story. I don't have any problem with that at all. We all have people we want to look up to, and seeing kids look up to Lamar now. You're around Lamar a lot. You see that, and you had that at Penn State. There's a point to this where you do something that I wish I could have done. Right? I wanted to go to Penn. Do you know that I wanted to go to Penn State? When I was young, what was it? It was a Cappelletti thing, right? Early 70s, right? Right? Joe, the movie and Joe Pa and Penn State was always really good. Yeah. So I had a Penn State thing when I was 10 years old. So I can say one point in my life I wanted to be the Penn State quarterback. That's what I would say. Todd Blackledge or whatever. I remember him playing. But you had heroes and idols, and what you wanted to do this, man.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, definitely.
Wearing a Jordan shirt for crying out loud. No Kobe this week? The Kobe thing, crazy, right?
That's crazy.
Tell me from your perspective and your age, what that meant to you, because I was here with Luke. It was Sunday, right? We're here for the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
And Kobe does, and I think it just means something different. You're wearing a Jordan shirt. Yeah. You never really got to see Jordan play. You're too young for that, right?
No, yeah. I think, Kobe was kind of the Jordan of my generation and our era. And, I remember I'm sitting on the couch and I got the text that, someone sent me the TMZ article when it first broke.
Yeah, man.
I couldn't believe it. And I still don't want to believe it. Kobe was the guy that we all looked up to. From the time any of us bought up a piece of paper and shot and yelled Kobe, that's what it's been for us.
Yeah,
but even just aside from all that, his mentality and his approach to the game, everyone tried to emulate that. I tried to emulate that as a kid, and that Mamba mentality, that that image burns in my head of when he would get into his zone and kind of get that look in his eye where his bottom jaw would kind of come forward and all that. When you knew it was just over for the other team, that he was taking over. Everyone.
Was he your favorite?
He was definitely he was one of my guys.
Yeah, I mean, anybody I know under the age of 35, 32, this was a transcendent. It was a different thing for them than it was for me.
Yeah, it was. It definitely was tough. I mean, it's just, and it hurts because everyone that was involved. I mean, it's such a terrible accident.
I mean, thinking
all the
about
families and everything, like his daughter and his family. That's his wife and his kids
and
now.
How they find out in the modern era, right?
And then in the modern era, there was so much stuff being pushed out that so many different, who was on the plane, who was, or
I was literally sitting at this table on Sunday setting this equipment up when the media was in here and everybody's
I'm sure it just became a frenzy.
5-9, this, that. Was it a plane? Was it a helicopter? Like all of that went on.
And it's almost like it was more important for some people to be able to just push the information out than it was for it to all be correct. Which is, I mean, that's the time we live in. With media and social media, how it is. Like, it's more about being quick and getting it out there and getting just a quick headline. So it's crazy that that's the time we live in, but even throughout this week, it does kind of hit a little bit harder, all the kind of stuff that it puts a lot of things in perspective for a lot of people.
Well, that from a 24-year-old perspective, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's it. Trace McSorley here. Our quarterback, Baltimore Ravens, Penn State. I got the Penn State table over here, and we're trying to roar like Nittany Lions. So for all season for you, this was. It's a hell of a thing, 14-2, right?
Yeah, it was.
To be a part of it, to witness it. I've been at this, as I'm sure Emily explained to you, a long, long time. I write books about championships around here. I've been staring at Luke all week long, and over his shoulder is the Super Bowl 35 program, and this up here is the Super Bowl 47, the purple one. You can see the jazz musician in the bottom of the trophy from New Orleans, right?
Yep.
And Luke was the one that strong-armed me on the way out after we lose, and he says, next year it's going to be the 20th anniversary of Tampa. We're going to come back. We're going to win it next year. It's the way it's meant to be. So I know you all believe that, right?
Yeah. Definitely. No doubt.
Lamar, and what you learned this year, just along the pacing of being a 24-year-old guy and watching this spectacular thing happen for a guy I think you probably like a lot and work with. I know how small the quarterback room is. It's different than any other room.
Yeah, it is. It's very, there's 3 of us in there and a coach, so 4 of us in there at a time. And so it is, we're able to kind of have those kind of closer conversations and things like that. But, like you said, I mean, it was awesome to be able to learn from a guy like Lamar and the season he had. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Does he see things that you don't see and you see things he doesn't see when you're watching film during the week?
Yeah, I think, we all kind of look at things a little bit differently. So that's been kind of for me, as being the third string guy, I kind of be able to sit back and just try and take it as much as I can. I've noticed that, how he sees and anticipates things. It's different than how I would, but I mean, it's cool to be able to talk to him and.
But he literally can do things you can't do to some degree, right?
Yeah.
No,
definitely.
Right. That nobody's ever been able to do, which is what makes it even more unique, right?
Yeah, it was very unique, and he's a special player, special talent. But kind of really just how he sees things, how he processes what's going on in the field, and how he sees defenses and the windows opening up. I mean, how he's you can see it. I mean, how he's able to anticipate things, and it's just special. So to be able to sit back and learn from him and watch him, it was really good for me.
And how that can make you better?
No, absolutely, yeah, absolutely, be able to make me better.
So for you, next 6 months, 7 months, what happens for you after you exhale, have a little fun down here? I want you to have some fun. It's a Super Bowl. Not too much fun.
Oh, yeah.
I got pissed at your teammates this week because Sunday we came over, and we're always like, we're here at the Pro Bowl. It's my 27th Super Bowl. So for the last 15, they've played the Pro Bowl in between.
Yep.
They used to play it next week, right? In Hawaii. I turned down the chance to do that. When we won that Super Bowl, my national radio said, you want to go to Hawaii and do the Pro Bowl, or do you want to go home for the parade? I picked the parade. It took me 20 years to get to Y. I finally got to Y. But now they play. So every year we're setting the equipment up, and the Pro Bowl's like up on the TV. There's TV right here. So it's up, and it's like Team Irwin and Team Ray Lewis and Team Dion, whatever. And so we kind of have fun with it. Kobe died, right? So everything changed. You guys played, but it wasn't even like the news.
Yeah.
And then I saw the pictures, and I'm like, they're having too much fun. It's Pro Bowl. And then I'm like, well, you don't want to get to the Pro Bowl to mope, right?
Yeah.
But, I mean, it was a small consolation, as I feel. And I also feel like I know a lot of you guys, man. I saw what it did to Lamar last year. I think I saw what it did to everybody, the disappointment of losing that. no one cares. Work harder. Is that what the shirt says,
that's
right?
right. Nobody cares. Work harder.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of how John's going to – I think all you are going to approach it that way, right?
Yeah, I think so. And, kind of like you said, going to the Pro Bowl, it stung to have to lose. And, you're playing in the Pro Bowl because you're not playing in the Super Bowl. But it was definitely – it's a huge accomplishment for all those guys that were able to go down there and, individually and collectively as a team, to be able to have that many guys go down there. It was, kind of a testament to what we were able to do as a team this year, all those guys being down there. So, all those guys, I mean, even during the season, it's a fun team to be around. I mean, you guys all saw it with the media and kind of, the big trust.
I'm on every airplane. I'm in every locker room. I'm everywhere you are. Sometimes you just don't recognize. So here's the deal. Today's the first day I wore purple. I'm wearing purple today. So I picked the right, and I feel like I can heal now. Can heal now. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Appreciate you, man. Trace McSorley on Radio Row. I am Nestor. We are WNST.net, AM 1570, and WNST Towson. Baltimore, we never stop talking. Baltimore sports. Andrew, sit down.